What if the ability to stay calm under pressure was one of the biggest predictors of your long-term wealth? Most people think that financial success comes from intelligence, hard work, timing, or luck. But after studying hundreds of high-net-worth individuals and reviewing decades of scientific research, I can tell you the truth is much more nuanced and much more empowering. A 2024 study published in Nature Human Behavior found that people with high stress resilience made significantly better financial decisions and had higher long-term wealth compared to those who reacted emotionally under pressure. Another large study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology showed that emotional regulation ability was a stronger predictor of financial success than IQ or educational background. This is educational content only, not medical or financial advice. Always consult your doctor and financial advisor. In today's fast-paced, high-pressure world, your ability to stay calm, think clearly, and make rational decisions under stress is one of your highest leverage skills. And the good news? This is not a fixed trait. It's a skill you can train. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact nervous system habits that millionaires and high performers use to build unbreakable mental resilience. We're not talking about meditation apps, generic breathing exercises, or feel-good advice. We're talking about science-backed, practical practices that actually work and that directly impact your ability to build and protect wealth over decades. Over the next 15 minutes, you'll learn 4 powerful habits to train your nervous system, the deep science behind why they work, how they directly connect to better financial outcomes, and exactly how to implement them in the next 30 days. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete system to build the kind of mental resilience that separates those who thrive under pressure from those who break. The problem: how chronic stress destroys wealth. Most people are living in a constant state of low-level stress. They wake up already anxious about their to-do list, spend their day reacting to emails, notifications, and unexpected problems, and go to bed with their nervous system still in fight-or-flight mode. This is not sustainable, and it's incredibly expensive. When your nervous system is chronically dysregulated, several things happen that directly damage your wealth-building ability. First, decision quality declines. Research from the Journal of Behavioral Finance shows that people under chronic stress are more likely to make impulsive financial decisions, avoid necessary risks, and sell investments at the worst possible times. Second, cognitive performance suffers. Chronic stress increases cortisol levels, which impairs memory, executive function, and creative problem-solving, the exact skills you need to build and manage wealth. Third, emotional reactivity increases. When your nervous system is stuck in a heightened state, small setbacks feel catastrophic. This leads to emotional spending, revenge trading, and abandoning long-term strategies during temporary market downturns. Fourth, burnout becomes inevitable. Many high achievers eventually crash because they never trained their nervous system to recover. They push harder and harder until their body and mind force them to stop, often at the worst possible time. The people who build lasting wealth aren't necessarily smarter or luckier. They've trained their nervous system to stay in a regulated, clear-headed state even when everything around them is chaotic. This is a competitive advantage that most people completely ignore until it's too late. What is nervous system regulation? Your nervous system has 2 main branches that work in opposition: the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight mode, the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest mode. When you're constantly stressed, your body stays in sympathetic dominance. This leads to brain fog, poor sleep, emotional reactivity, anxiety, and, most importantly for our purposes, bad financial decision-making. The goal of nervous system training is to increase your vagal tone, your ability to quickly and efficiently shift from stress to calm. People with high vagal tone recover faster from stress, think more clearly under pressure, and make better long-term decisions. This is the foundation of mental resilience. It's not about eliminating stress from your life. That's impossible. It's about building the capacity to handle stress without breaking and to recover quickly when you do get knocked off balance. Think of it like training a muscle. Every time you deliberately stress your nervous system in a controlled way, through cold exposure, breath work, or heat therapy, and then allow it to recover, you're making it stronger. Over time, this builds the kind of resilience that shows up not just in the sauna or ice bath, but in boardrooms, market crashes, and high-stakes negotiations.
Habit 1. Cold exposure. The fastest way to train your nervous system. The first habit is cold exposure. Specifically, ending your showers with 30 to 90 seconds of cold water, or taking ice baths if you're more advanced. Cold exposure is one of the fastest and most effective ways to train your nervous system. It forces your body to adapt to stress in a controlled environment, which builds resilience over time. When you step into cold water, your nervous system is forced to regulate itself, and every time it does, it gets stronger. A 2024 study published in Cell Reports Medicine found that regular cold exposure significantly improved mood, focus, and stress resilience in high-performing individuals. Another study from the European Journal of Applied Physiology showed that cold exposure increased vagal tone and improved heart rate variability, both key markers of nervous system health. Wealth connection. When you train your nervous system to stay calm in cold water, you train it to stay calm during market crashes, business challenges, and high-stakes negotiations. This directly translates to better financial decisions under pressure. The ability to stay calm when everyone else is panicking is one of the most valuable skills in wealth building, and cold exposure is one of the most effective ways to develop it. Actionable step. Start with 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower. Gradually increase to 60 to 90 seconds over the next 30 days. If you want to go further, consider ice baths 1 to 2 times per week, starting with 1 to 2 minutes and building up over time. Habit 2. Breath work. Your fastest tool for nervous system regulation. The second habit is daily breath work. Specifically, I recommend box breathing or physiological sighs. Double inhale through the nose followed by a long exhale. These techniques directly activate your parasympathetic nervous system and increase vagal tone within minutes. Your breath is the fastest tool you have to shift your nervous system state, and most people never use it strategically. A 2023 study from Stanford University found that breathwork was more effective than meditation for reducing stress and improving mood in the short term. Another study published in Cell Reports Medicine showed that specific breathing patterns could significantly reduce anxiety and improve cognitive performance within just 5 minutes. Wealth connection. Your breath is the fastest tool you have to shift your nervous system state. When you can regulate your breath, you can regulate your emotions and decisions, even in high-pressure situations. This is why elite performers in every field, from special forces operators to top traders, use breathwork as a core part of their mental training. It's free, always available, and incredibly effective. Actionable step. Practice 5 minutes of breathwork every morning. Use box breathing. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. Or physiological sighs. Double inhale through the nose, plus long exhale through the mouth. Do this before you check your phone or start your day. Habit 3. Heat therapy, recovery, and resilience. The third habit is regular heat exposure through sauna, hot baths, or contrast therapy, alternating hot and cold. Heat therapy has been shown to reduce inflammation, improve cardiovascular health, and significantly lower stress hormones. A large Finnish study involving over 2,000 men found that frequent sauna use, 4 to 7 times per week, was associated with dramatically lower rates of cardiovascular disease and better stress resilience compared to those who used it less than once per week. Wealth connection. Heat therapy helps your body and mind recover from daily stress. When you recover faster, you show up sharper, make better decisions, and avoid burnout, all of which protect your long-term wealth. Many high performers use sauna as a daily practice not just for physical health, but for mental clarity and stress management. It's one of the most effective ways to train your nervous system to handle and recover from stress. Actionable step. Use a sauna 2 to 4 times per week if possible. If you don't have access to a sauna, take hot baths or practice contrast showers, alternating hot and cold water. Start with 10 to 15 minutes of heat exposure and gradually increase over time.
Habit 4. Nervous system recovery practices. The fourth habit is building in daily recovery practices. This includes quality sleep, 7.5 to 8.5 hours consistently. Time in nature, at least 20 to 30 minutes daily. Digital detox periods, especially in the evening. Gentle movement, walking, stretching, yoga. Social connection and laughter. Your nervous system needs time to recover. Without adequate recovery, even the best stress management practices lose their effectiveness. Chronic stress without recovery leads to burnout, poor decision-making, and eventually, health problems that can derail your wealth-building journey. Wealth connection. Recovery is not optional. It's when your brain consolidates learning, clears metabolic waste, and prepares for high performance the next day. People who neglect recovery eventually pay the price in poor decisions, emotional reactivity, and burnout, often at the worst possible time. The most successful people I've studied treat recovery as seriously as they treat work. Actionable step. Prioritize 7.5 to 8.5 hours of sleep every night. Add at least 20 to 30 minutes of nature time or gentle movement daily. Create a digital curfew, no screens 60 to 90 minutes before bed, and protect your evening wind-down time. The psychology of mental resilience. Training your nervous system through cold exposure, breathwork, and heat therapy is powerful, but it's not enough on its own. The people who build unbreakable resilience also change their relationship with stress. They stop seeing stress as the enemy to be avoided and start seeing it as training to be embraced. This mindset shift is what separates those who break under pressure from those who thrive under it. When you reframe stress as training, you stop avoiding challenges and start seeking them. You begin to see difficult situations not as threats, but as opportunities to strengthen your nervous system. This is how you build the mental toughness required for long-term wealth creation. Wealth connection.
The ability to stay calm and think clearly under pressure is one of the most valuable skills in wealth building. Markets crash. Businesses face unexpected challenges. Negotiations get tense. The people who win long-term are those who can stay regulated and make rational decisions when everyone else is panicking. This is not about being emotionless. It's about having the capacity to choose your response rather than reacting automatically. 30-Day Nervous System Training Challenge. If you want to build unbreakable mental resilience, commit to these 4 habits for the next 30 days. Week 1. Start with 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower and 5 minutes of breath work every morning. Focus on consistency. Week 2. Increase cold exposure to 45 to 60 seconds. Add heat therapy, sauna, or hot bath 2 times this week. Continue daily breath work. Week 3. Increase cold exposure to 60 to 90 seconds. Add a 3rd heat therapy session. Begin tracking your stress levels and emotional reactivity daily. Week 4. Maintain 60 to 90 seconds of cold exposure and 3 to 4 heat therapy sessions. Add 20 to 30 minutes of nature time daily. Review your progress and adjust as needed. Track how you feel. Most people notice significant improvements in stress resilience, focus, emotional control, and sleep quality within 2 to 3 weeks. These improvements will compound dramatically over the next 10 to 20 years. Your nervous system is your operating system for life. When it's regulated, you think clearly, make better decisions, and build lasting wealth. When it's dysregulated, everything suffers: your focus, your relationships, your health, and your financial outcomes. The good news is that you can train it. Cold exposure, breath work, heat therapy, and recovery practices are not just health habits. They are wealth habits. They directly impact your ability to stay calm under pressure, think strategically, and make rational decisions when it matters most. If you're ready to start, drop the word resilient in the comments and commit to the 30-day challenge with me. The full implementation guide with exact protocols, tracking templates, and bonus resources is linked in the description below. Subscribe for weekly longevity plus wealth hacks, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.